London Lovies, it's me. I'm back. Today I'm going to do a review, if you will. I don't have the hair, but I'm doing a review. The hair that's in my head is the Adore Jouture, of course. I still have that in. I haven't taken this down. This is the actual natural state of the hair once it's been washed. I washed it, and Parker's starring in my video with me. I washed the hair, and then we just let it air dry. I don't like to blow dry my extensions if I can avoid it. I think it's bad for you. And then I just took a little braid and put it up at the top while the hair continues to dry. So it's mostly dry, but it's getting there. So pretty much what's going on is I'm going to give you guys the scoop, the tea on her imports. I wish it was better. Remember, I was saying that there was a closure that I wanted to try that I was going to be silent on until I actually tried it. It was their company's. They had a bundle deal for $285, I believe. It was 3 bundles of hair and a closure. And the lengths were like 14, 16, 18. I was willing to try that because I was told that their hair is very generous in length. So I drove to their store in Greenbelt. As you know, it's a snowy mess in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, and now it looks like it's going all south. But I drove to go get some hair for this sale. I get there, and the store is not anything, the boutique is not anything like I was expecting. I get in there, and there's 3 rooms inside of, one big room where there's individual consultants in there. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of nice, one-on-one service. But the one-on-one service was interesting, if you will. Their hair is stored in, like, file cabinets, which I really, really was surprised about. They're pink, but they're still file cabinets. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll take it. Got past that. Then I see the consultant that comes out to help me. No shade. I'm not being shady, so don't say London's throwing shade, because I'm not throwing shade on the video. I'm just telling you my honestly, my experience. She had on a hat, like one of those, like, bonnet hats where, you can see your front, but your bonnet is on the back. Like, one of them bad hair day bonnets. She wasn't wearing the product, which, for me, I feel like if the girls are working in there, like the indie boutiques, their hair is on these rafters, and they're, it's, you can touch it. Each wave is put in these pretty little drawers. And, I just thought it was, that's cute. And then all of the girls in there are always wearing the hair. They have their hair done, they're snatched, they're beautiful. Love and Deke, great job. But this was a little different. One of the girls was wearing the hair. She had, like, the body wave, kind of similar to this texture. And then another girl had hers in a bun. I couldn't really, it might have been her hair, might have been the weave. I don't know. But my consultant had hers, brushed back, gelled down. And I just was like, wow, okay. So we get past that, and we get in, and, she's taking the hair out of the file cabinets. What size do you want? It almost felt like it was a transaction as opposed to an experience. I'm about to spend money on hair. I would like the experience to be wonderful. Not so much. So I get there, and, I'm like, okay, I'm still get the hair. The hair has been worn by King Amaya. It's been worn by Karrueche, Chris Brown's girlfriend. So Natural, Deanna Owens, which is, like, the most amazing hairstylist. Hair by Bobby. I've seen everybody touch this hair at one point in time. So I said I wanted to really try it. They must be getting some different hair. The hair that I saw, the Peruvian, which was the sale hair, and the Brazilian, I personally don't really like Brazilian. It's very thick. I will use it, but it's not my first choice. So my first choice was to get the Peruvian. So I'm there getting the Peruvian hair, and they don't have the lengths that I need for the sale. So I'm like, well, can we build, around? Like, they weren't out of 14 and 16. They had the 18. So I said, could I get the 18 and a 12 and a 20? And then maybe is there some type of discount and I will forego the closure? She says yes, because let me tell you, when I saw the closures, the lace on them, it was those little dots that you see on closures. Hated it. Hated it. So then I move on to the silk. I look at the silk. What kind of silk was that? Like, hated it. And I've never had a closure in my head, but all of my friends, I've seen people, we've seen closures. We know what they're supposed to look like. I wouldn't be doing reviews if I didn't feel comfortable speaking on this. The closure looked horrible. And it was only an 18. She only had an 18-inch. I would have wanted a 12 or a 14. Not too much, because that's something that, the closure goes towards the front and you're going to cut it. No need to get long hair. Super, super long on a closure. Just my opinion. The silk, I'm pretty light. If you guys can see, I'm pretty light. The closure was the palm of my hand light. Put that on my scalp. There's my scalp. I don't know how you would blend that. If you can, you're the world's greatest hairstylist. And then she's like, oh, well, there's different methods to bleach it and darken it. For $285, I would like to have it work for that bundle deal. And the closures are like $150 by themselves. I'm holding my breath because I'm about to order a Closure Addicts closure. They're on Instagram, Closure Addicts. I'm hoping theirs looks great because I've heard nothing but great things about them. And a lot of people steal their pictures and say, oh, we sell closures. I'd rather go to the source. They steal Closure Addicts pictures and use it as their own for these crappy closures. So, whatever. But I mean, for her imports to be the type of company that they are portrayed by so many people, I don't know if I went there on an off day. I don't know if the sale kind of took them down to their reserve stuff and they just didn't have the same product that I'm used, The Peruvian hair had a smell to it that was out of this world. Out of this world. It smelled like shampoo was covering corn chips mixed with like a mildewy scent because they had the hair stored in that long plastic wrap, but it was damp when you took it out. And I'm like, did you just wash this? Yeah, we just washed it. It still stinks, ma'am. Do you have any other ones? We smelled the whole file cabinet of hair, and it was all the same. It was disappointing. To say the least, I was disappointed. This is not me bashing her imports. Let me explain this. I'm a customer. I have a right to have an opinion. I'm a consumer. I am someone who has a right to voice my opinions. That is what these wonderful YouTube videos are for. Is to educate my dude divas and my ladies and my divas and my dolls. I don't want you guys to purchase anything that wastes your money. I don't know about you, but money doesn't grow on trees for me. I'm comfortable, but I don't want to spend money on a product that's not going to do me justice. I buy hair, and all of the hair reviews that I've done so far have been hair that I've purchased, maybe at a discounted price, but I've purchased it. So I'm not entitled to anything. I don't get anything for telling you, oh, this hair is great, and it's really not. So her imports let me down, to say the least. I was very upset, and I was going to go ahead and still purchase the hair, and I found it kind of weird that they took my credit card before we had even completed what I was doing. So when I left, I told her that I was going to think about it because the price had jumped up to $4.15 after I wasn't able to get the sale, and I was only going to come away with 2 bundles of Peruvian and a closure. So then we tossed the closure idea, and I went ahead and did the 3 bundles, and it was like $4.15, $4.30. I could go get some Indique hair, and I won't need not a closure or nothing, because it's enough hair where you could do whatever you want with that Indique hair, or Adore Jouture or something like that. Adore Jouture hair will never take you to $400. That's the install plus the hair. Hey girl, shout out to my girl Q. But I just was expecting more. I was just expecting more. I was expecting a hair experience, and I didn't get that. And I'm not saying this to bash anyone. I'm not bashing these companies because most of these companies are owned by black women. In the form of me being a consumer, I expected more. I did. Not to mention that, my card was charged. And I have Bank of America, so I was able to get it canceled. But that's neither here nor there. I expected more from the company. Like, you're coming to the store. That's supposed to be like, you feel like, oh my God, this is the Mecca. This is like the headquarters. Like, it's going to be some serious stuff going on down here. Like, let me catch my breath. I was so excited going in, and I got in there, and I was just let down. It wasn't decorated the way I felt it should have been. Nothing. It was kind of weird. I don't know what was going on, but that Greenbelt location has been their headquarters for a very long time, and there's no reason for it to not be on point. So, I would have to say that I will pass on ever trying her imports. The customer service wasn't great at all. The girl was kind of rude and pushy. And, I wasn't impressed. So, I'm going to come back to you with another hair review, of course, for another company. And, I wasn't impressed, you guys. And I wish I could have something positive to come away with, but I don't. And, for the people and the viewers, if you ever see this that are tied to her imports, like, just take note. No company's perfect. I'm sure, every company has a snag or snafu, but I was expecting a lot more. And I was disappointed. So, on a lighter note, you guys, email me at londonblyn@gmail.com if you are submitting any hair for review. I'm accepting submissions from selected vendors. Also, if you guys have any questions or comments, drop them below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. All my new subscribers, all my old ones, all my day ones, thank you. And I'm looking forward to working with all the companies that I have lined up and continuing this hair journey. So, thanks guys, and I'll see you soon.